Hey, I'm Aleka, and in this video, we're going to talk about how to use Loom, which is a screen recording tool, to record our screen if we're sharing a presentation, whether it be a Canva presentation, slideshow, or PowerPoint if you're old school. Either way, I'm going to show you how to record your screen with or without a talking head bubble so that if you don't feel like putting makeup on that day or brushing your hair, you don't need to. You can just record your voice and your screen and be done with it. Or if you're a course creator and you want to record your face and your screen and everything, kind of like what I do, then I'm going to show you how to do that too. So let's dig right into it. And if you don't know me, I'm Aleka. I am a six-figure course creator, and I teach other people how to create online courses and make passive income from it. So let's dive in. Okay, here we are in Loom. Download it, buy the cheapest subscription plan, and get your recordings done. The free plan won't do it. So let's jump right in. So as soon as you jump into Loom, you're going to have an option to create a new video, record video. And then once you click that, this screen will pop up. It's very simple. Make sure you click and you select either the full screen if you want to show your entire screen and all the tabs at the top of your screen, if you're a tab hoarder or not. Either way, if you're embarrassed by it, let's cut those out, huh? Like sometimes I'll just put a specific window, or I'll do custom size and I'll just show my window there and not all of my tabs, right? Once you select your window size and what you want to record, then make sure that your camera is selected if you want to show your face. If you do not want to show your face, just turn your camera off and the bubble goes away. If you want to show your camera or your face, click on the camera that you're choosing. If video quality is important to you, then invest in a good webcam tool from Amazon. I suggest Logitech is pretty good for the price, but sometimes your Apple or Mac webcams are pretty good. It depends on how new your computer is and what brand it is. But that should be something that you consider if you're showing your face. Now you can alter the size of your bubble. So you can see, let me move this guy here. You can make him big. You can make me the entire screen. If you want to just record your entire screen the whole time and you want to talk and just show your face, hello, this is what we do. And you can see actually the difference between the quality of this camera and this camera. It's not as great with Loom. So this is why I recommend a webcam in addition to the tool, but that's up to you. The next thing that's more important is selecting the microphone. Now, if you don't want to record your sound, just hit no mic and you have no mic. If you do, which I suggest you do, you pick the mic that you want to use. If you're going to use your computer microphone that's built in, sometimes it's not that great. And if you're in an echoey bedroom, it's going to pick up the echoes and not sound very great. And if you're a lower talker, it's just going to ruin your whole presentation. And yes, I'm being dramatic, but audio is very important, even more important than video, right? You may not be able to see me as clearly, but if you can't hear me, then you're going to be checked out. So I suggest investing in a microphone. This is the one I use right here. It attaches to my desk, it moves around, and it has a really good sound, and it's less than $100. You can get that from Amazon. Either way, pick the mic that you like, and we're set. We have our custom size. Okay, if we're picking a certain window, you can choose a specific window as well. We have our camera selected, our mic selected, and the size of our bubble. We can move this around later, but we're going to make myself small and we're going to hit record. Then it starts to count down. And then as soon as it counts down, we can start. Now we're going to go to our presentation, which is up here. Here we go in Canva. Now you can use Microsoft PowerPoint or Google Slides if you'd like them instead. I love Canva because it has so many different templates you can choose from and easily enter in your slideshow information in no time. This is a slideshow that I created with Canva a few weeks ago for a new course that I published. So this is what I'm going to use as an example. Now, our Loom is recording right now, and we can tell because there's a little window that pops up right here. Do you see this window? Now it does not, if you're changing windows, it will not follow you, your window usually. This is where it gets a little bit glitchy, but it's running, okay? You know it's running because it's counting. Now, if you want to start over, you can just restart here. If you want to pause and go take a quick bathroom break, hit pause. If you want to delete the whole video, there we go. You can draw on your screen if you want to point something out. That's something I don't often do. I'll just use my mouse to point things out. But no, it does have a draw feature. And then this feature here is confetti if you want to celebrate something. So once we're all set, we're going to go to our presentation tool and hit presentation mode or present. This way it fills the whole screen and we're ready to go. If you clipped your screen like I did, know that it will clip the presentation as well. So keep that in mind. Once we're in presentation mode, we're set to record and to talk. So, hey, welcome everybody to Course Publishing 101. In this course, you're going to learn how to publish a course, whether on Kajabi, Thinkific, Teachable, etc. Lesson 1, we're going to kick things off. Hi, I'm Aleka. I'm a former teacher, blah, 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 and get your slides done. Now, this bubble here, you can move around. I always plan to leave room in my presentation for my head. Okay, so right now, look, all the white space, I can make him even big, make my head bigger, and it doesn't really affect the information on the slides, right? If I keep going, you'll see that there I have my talking. If it's covering my face, I can move it over here, right? Either way, always have room on your slides for your talking head or your talking bubble. I call it a talking bubble because I'm a bubble and I'm talking. Now, once you're done recording and you go through all your slides, you press stop on your Canva recorder and it will immediately take you to the recording window. Okay, so now it's all recorded. Now, once we're done recording, we go to edit right in this window. Super easy. Just hit edit. Everything is super, super simple. You can see the video waves that pop up when you're editing, which helps editing go so much quicker. So here we go down here. There's the waves. In the beginning, usually I chop it off and I edit it. You can press play. Okay, so I made a mistake here, so I'm going to clip it right there. And I'm going to drag this back and play again. No, I'm going to cut that out, drag it. Remember, see how it's like a little hand? Once the hand grabs, you can go drag it short. You can cut it. You can make it longer, whatever it is. Play. Here we go. And then once there's no wave, I immediately split it. So I'm going to split it there. Okay. I'm going to click on this rectangular box and I'm going to use the hand to close this box. That little blurb there is nothing to this wave here. And then I'll hit play. There we go. Right there. Perfect. Right here is a little messed up. Let's see. Oh, I messed up there. So I'm going to just cut this off. Let's play. Okay. So you can see that this is like a little bit clipped off. So I'm going to just close that down. Press play. There we go. Perfect. And you can see now when I record, I know when I make a mistake because I purposely stop talking and I let the time pull no waves. If it pulls no waves, it's going to be a flat line. Okay. There are no flat lines here. So that means I keep talking and talking and talking, meaning I didn't make a mistake. So this is a way to make editing so much quicker. Otherwise, you're going to have to re-watch your entire presentation. And if it's long, it takes time. If not, no big deal. But then you can see at the end, I stopped talking because I was done. Okay, so that's where I stopped it. And I'm going to pull it in right there and be done. Perfect. Now you can hit finish. And up here, by the way, you can edit according to the transcript if you want. It's kind of nice to see what you cut out and what you didn't cut out. And you're going to hit finish. You can also undo the silences that are removed. It automatically, using AI, will remove any silences. So you can see it cut this out for me and this out for me, something else before I even edited, which is nice and it saves time. But just make sure that those silences are transitioning smoothly from one clip to the next. I'm going to hit finish. And now we have our edited presentation. Okay, it started off wait, let me go back. There we go. Okay, done. Now at this point, all we do is download the video and we upload it to whatever tool platform we want. You can rename the video here, okay? And that's all we have to do. Now here's a tip when you're editing within Loom. Other than the tip I shared earlier of waiting for it to flatline when you make a mistake so that going back and editing is much quicker and easier, the next thing I recommend you do is to edit immediately after you record a lesson or a presentation so that you remember where the mistakes were made, etc. If you plan on just recording all the way through and doing all of your edits in the end, have a pencil paper handy so that you can write down the timestamp of where you made a mistake. So again, so editing goes smoother. If you don't do that, you're just going to have to sit there in your pajamas and watch the entire presentation and make sure that you catch all the mistakes. If you want to learn how to use Focusy, which is a little bit more flexible when it comes to editing, then you can watch this video right here.